Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for tuning in from Seoul. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, everyone, press a 96 so that I know my mic is working properly. You know, I'm always worried about my mic not working properly. Good. Today we're going to talk about Sceneca residences. This is very near Tanah Merah. Wow. Thank you very much, Wendy, for the confirmation. Now I know that you can hear me well. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, even though you are having fun and having holiday. I'll never forget that you're enjoying yourself. Okay, today I'm solely in the studio. As you all know, Wendy just went for a holiday in Seoul. Master Serene is still in Fiji. Master Eric is on the way to Fiji. And Master Simas is going to Seoul very soon, having his own appointment today in another show going on. Master Guo is the one hardworking in Muzi. If you guys want to see a master today, you can go and see Master Guo. He will be in the address we'll give you all later. Okay, that's today. We're going to talk about Sceneca residences, and these are all our masters. Master Sharon, Master Guo, Master Charlene, Master Simas, and Master Eric. Okay, today together we form the Happy Circle 916. All right, and today all the information presented in this video is based on personal opinion. Circle 96 or Corporate Feng Shui Guru Private Limited is not liable for any losses, expenses, the damage, or illnesses whatsoever relating to investment, decision, or Feng Shui implementation made by the audience. This information is presented here for reference and education purpose only. Okay, disclaimer a little bit important. So a lot of people ask us what's the difference between Feng Shui and modern Feng Shui. Well, Feng Shui basically uses a lot of artifacts, uses a lot of dragons and three-legged toads, etc., to make a house look like a Chinese temple. Okay, so modern Feng Shui basically use existing home appliances and furniture to make sure your house looks beautiful and modern, and Feng Shui adjusted without people knowing that you have done a Feng Shui, which is very good, especially if you are, very concerned that people might mistook you that you're taking on another religion, especially you're not a Taoist or Buddhist. It's okay. Modern Feng Shui, make sure nobody knows that you have already done your Feng Shui. That's the beautiful part about it. You don't have to spend money on artifacts. We have written a few books. This is one of the book. This book is copies of mine. It's written by myself and Master Sharon. It's our very first book that we written. It's for people who already got their house and want to do a little bit of Feng Shui. So we can read this, and then it's very informative. And after you read it, you can pass on to your friend. This book, what I'm showing you here, is something that you really want to get one whole copy of, because this is the book that tells you what to watch out for when you buy a property. Because property agents only want to sell you the house. They don't care, or they don't have the information about the properties. Okay, so we're going to share a lot about this inside here. So I'll give you the link later for you to get all these books. Okay. This book is created during the COVID time. A lot of businesses are having some problems, so we give them this book to help them to smoothen their path to success. All right, and then this book is created by all the masters here for Mother's Day last year, and then this book is especially for the health of mother. Okay, this is a pet project by Master Sharon. All right, and then I understand a lot of parents out there are very concerned about their children's education, and here you are, a book to help you improve your children's education academically. Okay, and then last but not least, the latest book that we wrote, it's about people who's going to get their keys to their house and want to renovate their house, and then what are the myths that you always hear from contractors. For example, the mirror cannot be in front of the bed. Is it true? And why is it not true? Okay, etc. So we'll give you the link later to get all this book. Today, let's get to lessons proper. Before we do that, we want to thank three people. First and foremost, we want to thank our sponsor. Our sponsor is, let me just put on the banner. So today I'm all working together, hands everywhere. Our sponsor, Sky Creation, the #1 renovation contractor and interior designer in Singapore. They have a large showroom. Today, they are open house. After you see our video, you can also go down and see them or meet us there. I'm rushing down to the studio later, to the showroom later, to speak to all the people who registered to see us. And Rental Talk, the biggest rental portal, right? They have always been supporting us for the past 4 or 5 years. And then the next people I want to thank is to the Street Directory. I always tell people Street Directory is the best. You always select house must go to our seed directory because they are very colorful and they are very precise. Okay, so street directory is here, and today you can see we have this Sceneca residences very near to the Tanah Merah MRT station. Okay, so I'm going to hold up to another screen here. That will be my iPad. Okay, so need to see what's going on, and I can discuss with you so I can be clearer. Okay, and enlarge here and etc. So don't mind if I have only one hand to work on. Pardon me. Today I'm going to share information. We're going to start from the north all the way to the northwest. Okay, we'll go one round and we'll tell you everything we know. Okay, so let's start from the north. Okay, as you can see, in the north you have your other condominiums going on. I know Casa Merah, etc., is all there. So north represents the year of the rat. Represents in the past will be 2008, future 2020. Which was just 2 years ago, and then the future will be 2032. So north represents water element, represents the second boy in a family. When we say second boy in a family, it has to be there must be an elder brother above, and then followed by himself. Okay, so that's what we want to talk about. The second boy. North also represents cash flow. So ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. North is also representing kidney. Okay, so your north sector here, I see that generally there's nothing blocking it because well, nothing bad generally. Okay, generally there's nothing bad closer to us, nothing bad. However, because Merah is red, right? So north is water, is so red is fire. So there's a lot of clashes between water and fire. Meaning to say there's a lot of activities going on. And also can tell me that your second son is also a very hardworking person. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of activity coming 2032. Okay, so just be mindful. It'll be what do you call firefighting. Okay, a lot of firefighting in 2020. Nothing bad. After all, water is still going to win over fire. It's just that you need to do a lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs. Okay, but definitely you can pull through. Okay. North also represents cash flow, so I can see that cash flow can always be a challenge. Always, sometimes needs to budget a little bit lah. Okay, so if you are thinking of buying Sceneca residences, you really need to be careful lah. Okay, good. Then the second one would be, hold on. Okay, so the second one we're going to talk about is the northeast sector. Northeast sector represents the third son. So first elder boy, second boy, third boy, third son. Third, northeast also represents earth element. Northeast also represents career, also symbolize children. The body parts are your nose, your shoulder, your neck, your upper limbs. Okay, and for ladies it would be the pregnancy and your breast. For employers, your northeast is also your employee. Okay, if you open a company, northeast is also your company platform. Okay, so northeast, I see you have a petrol station over there, which is very good. You need to say fire is producing earth. You need to say you're supported. However, there's also a post office over there in between your north and northeast. Okay, more to the northeast sector. So meaning to say that sometimes you also have some sinus issues or eczema issues or shoulder, neck, a bit of pain or not comfortable. And there's a church over there. So these are all the things that is not very comfortable. Maybe your boss, your employee also a bit bossy, and sometimes because of the Buddhist temple over there, it tells me a bit bossy because Buddhist temple basically is metal element. Metal element in the northeast sector means that the employee sometimes can be bossy, or the third boy can be very bossy. Okay. However, everything else is pretty good because I like the Shell station over there. And there's a lot of landed property in the northeast sector. A lot of landed property, and then some factories further down. No problem. It's too far away, but there's a lot of landed property We need to say career-wise and children's are all upbringing are all very good. We need to say they are all good family lah. You know, you basically don't have to suffer lah. Children don't have to suffer. So career wise not bad. Okay, you just need to work for good company, big company. Work for a big company. All right, local big company. You'll be fine. Okay. Now let's talk about the east sector. East sector is you get partial of the MRT station. East also represents the next year 2023. In the past is 2011. East represents the liver, the lower limbs, the legs. Okay, so when East represents the legs, you make sure you don't have fire element. So in the East, I see there's no fire element. Thank you, Master Guo. Thank you for tuning in. I know you are working hard in Muzi. I'll see you later. But anyway, thank you very much for coming in. Okay, so East also has Stanford Court over there, so slightly further away, and East also has a lot of MRT lines, okay, crisscrossing between going to Tampines, Pasir Ris, and going to Changi Airport. Okay, so East basically has a lot of lines going on. So next year is going to be a busy year for you guys, 2023. I know you say I've not purchased this property yet. I'm thinking of buying. You know, yeah, if you have thoughts of buying, it's already come in to tell us that this is going to be a busy year for you. Okay, if you have a first boy, he's very capable. Next year is also going to be a fruitful year for you all. Okay, if you are not a father yet and you are the first boy in your mom's family, then you are also doing very well. Okay, not to worry. Okay, you are also very capable. The glades means open area in the forest, so good. A lot of forest, a lot of open area means good for traveling, etc. What is not so good over here is that you need to watch out on there's a few temples and old folks home. Temples and Buddhist temple and old folks home are all metal elements. So I want you to be careful of your lower limbs. I mean to say if you are going for sports and exercises, especially contact sports, you know, boy like to play rugby and football, etc. Do a proper warm up, wear a proper protection gear, you know, especially extreme sports, you know, mountain biking, etc., etc. You really want to take care of your lower limbs properly. Okay. When I say there's a Stanford Court in 2023, I want you to think back whether in the year 2011 was there any court case, lawsuit, you know, or you get a few more summons. If you happen to recall and there was, you want to take care and make sure that your 2023 you obey the traffic rules. Okay, make sure you get yourself careful in your driving lah. Don't be reckless lah. Just be careful. Okay, I'm sure you can do it. All right. So generally, east side, I'm very happy with one thing. That will be the MRT station. Yeah, anything with MRT station, basically you get to be very prosperous. So basically, your MRT stations take part of the east, part of the southeast, and part of the south, which is very good. And south represents the year 2012, 2013, and future with 2024, 2025. Southeast represents the first daughter. Right, she must be the firstborn girl in the family, regardless whether she has any brother above her. But she's the firstborn girl. She's considered southeast, and then southeast we have a bit of a school between the east and southeast. That's Bedok South Secondary School. Okay, meaning to say, I will really warn you about the east, about lower limbs, right? So you need to watch out on your lower limb, make sure it doesn't injure yourself. So southeast represents the nerve system, represents the hair, okay, also represents the first daughter's temperament. Can be very short fuse, can be very short, but not so bad. Can be addressed, but can be just very short fuse. Okay, she's equally capable because the MRT is there. So meaning to say, if you purchase this property already, or you're thinking of purchasing this property, your luck will be for 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Generally speaking, very good. Okay, yeah, even though you're not moved in, you already have the kind of energy in you that's doing very good. Okay, I like that. Okay, so I also like the forested area in the southeast sector. Bear in mind, I really want you to ask your daughter or keep your daughter in Singapore for studies. Okay, and even though she's going for uni, try to do it in Singapore. Yeah, I will share this in the fan club lah, but my advice is just keep them in Singapore. It's good for you. Okay. This daughter also expensive taste. Son and daughter both, first boy, first girl, think they buy generally more quality and more expensive. So is second daughter. Second daughter, which we'll cover now, is the south sector. It's also equally impressive because of MRT station and also a lot of. She's going to be very pretty, very pretty. So a lot of people, especially older generation, the old folks, the teachers, the bosses, or even the grandparents or parents will like her because she's very sweet looking and she's going to be very able to communicate very well, very sweet. Okay. So if you are the second daughter in your family, I want to congratulate you. Okay. Very good for you. This year is very good for you. So South represents the fire element, represents the second daughter, also represents the year 2014, future with 2026. Okay, South also represents the eyes, the heart, the blood pressure, for the ladies with the breast. Okay, so this is generally very good. In fact, the first son, the first daughter, the second daughter, I would say, all got expensive taste on. Okay, meaning to say, that's why I say the children who grew up in this Sceneca residences are generally family quite okay to do, quite okay to do, above average family household. So don't have much suffering. I don't have to do, better than the common folks like us. You're just above, better educated. That means if you need tuition, you definitely able to help tuition, etc. Sometimes, common folks like us want to, we're growing up, wanting to have some tuition will be also quite difficult. Okay, but so don't worry. Your parents are doing well. Okay. This little girl also very lucky. In fact, I like both the first and second girl. They're all very lucky people. Not to worry. Okay, very fortunate. Only the temperament for the first daughter need to take note a little bit. Okay, but and that's okay. The second daughter, very sweet one. I totally adores her. Okay, very good daughter, very good girl. Okay, good. So now we have covered from the north all the way to the south. If you have any questions, please let us know, and then we can type into the group chat and let us know. And quick shout out to Nolaya Alum. Okay, I think she's from Thailand. Thank you so much. She's been a great supporter of all the YouTubes and TikToks we have. All right, and okay, good. So please, have anything, just let us know. I'm going for a bit of commercial break here. We're going to promote our little book here. If you are getting a property and wondering how are we able to read the property like what we just did, this is the secret behind it. A book, workbook. This workbook is the one and only one in the world. Okay, that we actually created for home buyers like you to actually work out everything you want to know about the property before you sign a dotted line. Okay, what is the implication of the temper? What is the implication of post office? What's the implication of the construction site, etc., etc. It's all written on this book, and it's teaching you how to do it step by step. Okay, so it's a physical workbook. For example, the north sector, if you happen to have all these item in your north sector, for example, post office, your construction site, etc., or police station, or army, state army, barrack camp, etc., and how many of it is appearing there, all you need to do is just mark it out. Okay, just tick and then mark it out how many is there. How many construction sites going on in the north? How many post offices are there in the north? Are there factories in the north? You have, then just mark over here how many of this has appeared. If it's above 4, then you just borderline. After more than 4, it's failed already. And when you fail, what is bad? It's all written here. Okay, which year is bad for you? Which body part is bad for you? What kind of illness are you going to expect? Which family members having issues are all written and teaching you over here. So this book is not just a book; it's a workbook. Okay, with this, you are very confident to buy a property that you like or it's good. Okay, so do not be pound foolish, penny wise, pound foolish. Okay. And how much does this cost for a book like that? We usually sells at $47 only. But if for the first 20 people who buy this book, you get a 30 minutes house analysis. This will be the house that you have already purchased. Okay, it is not a house selection service, it's a house analysis service. That means you analyze your current house or the house that you have already purchased. Okay, good. And then for friends who wants to do a property house selection, this is very important. Buying the wrong house is equally bad as buying the wrong pair of jeans. For example, you go into the shop, you want to buy a pair of jeans, you will check the seams, you will check the zip and all that etc. Same here in buying a property which is going to cost you millions of dollars. You really want to make sure that you check everything about the property before you sign on a dotted line. The shape of the house, the location of the place. Property agents will tell you it's near the MRT station, it's near the school, etc. But not necessarily all schools are good for you. Like for example, we just saw this now. There are schools, the schools falls in between the east and the southeast sector of the house. Doesn't mean it's good for you. It may mean that it's short fuse for the first daughter and the second and the first son. Also maybe some problem for the legs and some problem the vein, the nerve systems. All these are there. Property agents will not be able to tell you. They only tell you the good things and they want to sell you the property. Okay, so you must know what you're buying. Hence, when it comes to house selection, we really think it's more important than seeing Feng Shui itself. When you buy a wrong house, you see Feng Shui also takes too much work already. But you buy the correct house, there's very little remedy required. If you understand what I mean? Yeah, you buy a wrong pair of jeans, you need to do a lot of alterations. Okay, so same thing here. For the first 6 people, you get a free book. Plus, you also get to speak to masters directly, and used to sell at $2,388. For today, only is $1,888. Okay, again, this is just a small price to pay to get a good house. Do not be penny wise, pound foolish. Okay, for friends who wants to do house audit, buying the book or house selections, these are all the QR code you can scan. My office will be in touch with you very shortly the moment you submit your form. Give Wendy a bit of time. I don't really want Wendy to work during a holiday. So if we reply you 1 week later or so, no problem. If you want to speak to us, just call my number directly. We'll definitely be able to help you. Okay. So Fan Club will provide more information to people who are interested in the property they want to buy. Okay, so you just join the Fan Club. Call Wendy at 8448-7416 or text her, WhatsApp her, and then we will definitely be able to set you up with a Fan Club and then give you more information with a very minimum fee. Okay, good. If you want to speak to any masters today and tomorrow between 12 to 6 p.m., take a screenshot of this address, come and visit us. Myself and Master Guo will be there. Okay, I'm here at the present moment, home. Sorry, I'm home present moment. I'm rushing to this venue later. Okay, to meet up with Master Guo to speak to you. If you want, bring along a floor plan. Come to this place. Okay. If you don't know how to go to this place, this is the map of showing you how to go to how to find us. Okay, or you can call us directly at 1908-7016. I would definitely be able to tell you and guide you how to come to this place. Okay, take a screenshot. Good. So much so for our commercial time. So let's continue and talk about the Southwest sector. The Southwest sector, I'm very happy with the Southwest sector because the Southwest has 2 schools, APSN Katong schools and Bedok View Secondary schools. So Southwest is Earth element. Earth elements basically represents the mother. Southwest represents the mother. It also represents the uterus and digestive system of the whole family. So there's 2 schools there symbolizing that the mother is very supported, meaning to say this mother is helped by maybe the parents or the parents-in-law to take care of children. Her career is smoother, her luck is better, her temperament is better, her health is better. So this is a very good sign. Okay, so I like the 2 schools in the Southwest sector. Okay, Southwest also represents the year 2027, 2028. In the past, it was 2015, 2016. So I like the Southwest sector very much. For business people, Southwest represents your customer. So basically, when you've got 2 schools over there, generally speaking, your customers are good people. Meaning to say they are able to pay good money. They are able to pay on time. Okay, Good. Let's talk about the West. The West represents the third girl in the family, meaning to say if you've got three daughters, this is the last daughter. All right, this is the youngest daughter, not the last daughter. Pardon my English, the youngest daughter. So, regardless how many brothers above her, so long she has two elder sisters above her, she's the third girl. All right. So, I like the football. So the Bedok Stadium, the football stadium over there, and the Bedok Sports Fitness Center, Serta Takraw Federation, and Sports Hall. They are all four in the West sector, with Bedok Tennis Center as well. All four in the West sector with the CC, the Feng Shui CC in the West sector. So West represents um, communication, represents the year 2017. In the future will be 2029. West also represents happiness. West also is symbolization of the metal element. So all these sports halls, Satu Pakar, stadium, etc., are all wood element. The moment is sports is all wood element. So all this metal will control the wood, meaning to say, generally speaking, this third daughter very hardworking. This third daughter is also a person that can know how to make money. Okay, make money, and these are the good things. But what's not so good is that there's two petrol stations, the Seoul station and the SPC station, petrol station. Meaning to say, sometimes the family members' communications a bit fiery, a bit strict, too direct. Okay, that's one thing. There's a PUB Bedok pond over there. Okay, the shape of the pond is diagonally, and it basically tells me that this is also a wood element. However, because of the word pond, it's water element inside there. You still must consider there's a bit of water element. So I want you to understand that maybe your employee or your subordinates, if you are the third daughter, they can be very incompetent. Okay. However, if you are a business owner, maybe you just want to be careful of your debt collections. Debt collection means make sure you don't. Your good customer doesn't mean that they don't have to pay you lah. Okay, so make sure you check your account properly and make sure they pay you on time. So this is kind of worrying if you are don't have a good accountant. Okay, because then your debts may not be able to recover in time. Okay, so try to look into your accounting sector. Okay, but generally speaking, the West is very good because you have the Bedok integrated complex over there as well. So West is very good. Okay. The West also represents the coming 2023. 2023 meaning to say, actually 2029 meaning to say it's going to be quite a fruitful year for you, provided you're able to collect back your money. Okay, let's come to the Northwest sector. Northwest sector basically represents father, the authority of the whole house, authoritarian of the whole house, and authority also represents authority. Also represents the year 2018, 2019. Also represents the head and the colon. Okay. Also represents the future with 2030, 2031. Northwest also is metal element, hence it's not so good if you have fire element in there. And unfortunately, you got a very big school, your Anglican High School, and that's not very favorable to the Northwest. What's the repercussion is that migraine, easily for people to get migraine. Secondly, it also colon, not so good, colon issues. Hot-headed, father can be very hot-headed, very direct, very straight. But there's two sides of the coin. It also means this father can be very learned person, like to learn new stuff and dress very well. There's a police station headquarters, the Bedok Police Station Division headquarters, and Bedok North Police Post. Okay, neighborhood police post in the Northwest sector. You see, this father is very proper, very regimental, which is very good. Also, there's a petrol station in the Northwest sector. It's not a petrol station. It's all the food center. Food center means his father also is a foodie lah. Okay, like to eat his food. Love his food. Very very resourceful. This father can be also very resourceful. Ability to earn money is there, and quite thrifty. Okay, good man. So having said that, you really want to beware if you have migraine issues. Like, then drink more water, because sometimes migraine is because of the not enough water, then the brain start to contract a little bit. So drink more water, okay? And have better sleep quality. The moment you sleep at the correct position in the house, your sleep quality improve, then you probably will not experience such migraine problems. Okay, if you have any questions and listening to us, if any questions, just type into that comment. We'll try our best to answer you. Okay. We'll try our best to tell you more things lah. Okay, good. Let's talk about the site plan of this property. Generally speaking, the site plan of this property is quite squarish. Okay, it's quite squarish. Unfortunately, the site plan has some missing corners. All right, let me just bring out the missing corners over here. So there's 3 missing corners, 3 missing cavities going on here. Okay, so you have a very big orange box in the southeast sector, south sector, and southwest sector, a bit on the east as well. So what does this symbolize? For example, the southeast and south sector represents the first and second quarter, represents the year 2024, 2025, 2026. This coming few years. In the past was 2012, 2013, 2014. When you have southeast sector that's missing, south sector that's missing, it also symbolizes that the children, the first daughter and the second daughter, tends to be out of the house. They tend to not like to stay at home. Right, this is one of the possibility. The second possibility would be that the southeast sector and the south sector would be that that few years you need to travel. You are not at home. Okay, you need to work overseas or need to do a lot of traveling. You tend not to be at home all the time. Okay, so these are some of the concerns. If you are more stringent to your children's behavior, you don't want them to go out the house so much, then you need to address this lah. Okay. South missing also represents maybe the heart problems, because it's missing, or blood pressure problems can be there also. Okay. Southeast missing corners can also symbolize some problems in the nerve system, the veins. Okay. The west and northwest sector also has a bit of missing corners over there. So west sector missing corners, meaning to say third daughter tends not to be at home much. Northwest missing means the father, the male authoritarian of the house, may not be home all the time. Okay, working very hard. Okay, obviously. Can also means that the money doesn't stay in the house a lot. Okay, means come in and then go again, because the northwest represents assets. North represents cash flow, so the north also has a missing sector over there. So meaning to say money come in, money goes out. You can be very thrifty, but maybe just certain circumstances, family commitment, etc. You need to put up some money. So northeast sector is also missing. I always tell people, when a northeast sector is missing, people tend to be a bit nervous, tend to be a bit easily depressed, or anxiety usually kicks in very fast, etc. So stabilize yourself. So when you know how such things really, when you select a house in the unit, you want to be careful. Try not to repeat again to find a missing sector in the northeast or the southwest of the house or the property. Then it's really not good. Okay, what do I mean is this: when you go for house selection, this is a floor plan. But most people, they don't understand by looking at the floor plan. They go, oh, squarish, all the same. But if I teach you to open your third eye, you realize that basically this is not a very squarish house. What we do first is that we plot the whole house to each sector. After that, we box up the whole house. Okay, now you see the blue color line, we're boxing up the whole house. Then we know where are the cavities. As you can see now, with the pink colors are the cavities. Once I fill up the cavities, you realize that the blue color box is more squarish already. So pink color is not good. It means it's missing. For example, now you see your southwest is missing, your west is missing. And then you have inside pockets of cavities as well as south. Okay, so these are all the missing. They are not so good for you. And then, of course, there are also good things. The green ones is outside the box. So those green sectors are better. Meaning to say, when you select a house, you try to have as much green as possible and as little red or pink as possible. But question is, how do you know? So only the masters that are trained are able to draw for you and select the best place for you. Okay. Disclaimer: this is based on site map. This is based on internet, not on site. If you're on site, if your property is already built, yes, we can do an on-site selection. But if your property is not built, at least based on the map, we are able to tell you more or less whether it's good or not good. Especially when houses that is southwest or northeast missing, I'll tell you, try to avoid them. Okay, they are not very good, especially you're thinking of family planning. They're not so good for you. Okay, good. Having said that, this is the QR code. Sorry, this is the website to all the ebooks, the 6 ebooks. Very important. If you are getting a new house, you really must get this book. All right, this is so important for people because you have a lot of information in there that will help you to make a better choice. Okay, get this book. It's free for you. It's written there. Okay. And this is also, again, our sell a bit of Goyo. This is a QR code. If you need to find us, please scan the QR code. My office will be very happy to be in contact with you shortly. Wendy will text you immediately, even though she's in Seoul. Give her 1 day or 2. Okay. The Reef at King's Dock will be our next show on the 7th of January. We'll start the new year with a straight talk about the King's Dogs. I like the name, the Reef at the King's Dock. Okay, so this will be somewhere near the Sentosa area, the Vivo City area. We'll talk about this and share more information insight into this property. Okay, so here comes the verdict. What's the verdict for this property? We have Master Siman giving it 3.5 stars. Right, he really loved this property. All right, and then we have Master Eric far away on holidays, diving. All right, Master Eric is a diving instructor as well. So Master Eric gives it 3 stars. Master Shalin still on leave, and then we have Master Guo. Master Guo gives it 3 stars. All right, and myself and Master Sharon, we are also giving it 3 stars. Meaning to say this property is really not so bad. Pretty good. In fact, you see, we give it quite a high rating. We are very strict on what property to select, and because we don't answer to developers, we're not paid by property agents, we're not paid by property developers. We tell you straight what is important to our client, which is you. All right. So I hope you can value this piece of information before you make a decision to purchase any property. Okay. Good. So next will be all for the fan club people. If you have any questions, I see there's no questions. Very good. We have a very happy afternoon for everybody. We'll end our presentation here. Of course, if you have any questions, you're not so sure, you can always text Wendy at 844-87416. I'm sure she will liaise with you, or she will pass the information back to us, and then we will definitely be able to help you. Okay, good. I wish everyone a good weekend. I know the Christmas is around the corner. Everybody's out shopping. Be careful when you're driving, and also be nice to your neighbor and always support local enterprise. Okay, I see you guys. Bye-bye.